It's safe to say when it comes to Hollywood and celebrities in general, there's a reason why a lot of people don't want to go to LA because of certain things and the type of lifestyle that they live. Because once you go to these parties and you're part of the industry, you're going to see the dark side of Hollywood and why you do not want to move to LA. And it's obvious. Look, I may not be a fan of Woah Vicky, but you can tell she's definitely turned her life around of the person that she was years ago, being very matured and learning from her mistakes as a person. So you're going to have to continue to get better each time that you process in life. So let's hop on to it.
When it comes to money, are you the breadwinner in your family, your immediate family?
Yeah, in a way.
How easy or hard is that position?
It's good. It's easy. Cause my family they're a lot older, so it's nah. Cause like yeah, cause sometimes people they just expect you know they feel entitled, and then
I feel like she can't even talk. Try to get the words out. That's how I be sometimes.
yeah, sometimes it do get stressful. It do get hard, cause it's like, damn, you know, you know what I mean.
Ever get tired of that position?
It's a blessing, but that's just what it comes with.
Now, generally speaking, are you good or bad when it comes to money?
Good or bad? I think I'm good.
Let's talk about good. What's the smartest financial decision you've ever made so far?
Investing in the stocks, and I'm finna put my other apartment. I got 2 apartments in Cali, and I'm finna Airbnb out the other one, so that's gonna be a very smart decision.
Now, when it comes to stocks, when it comes to real estate, is that something that you were taught or you just learned from experimentation?
I learned real estate from my dad, not the Airbnb stuff though. I learned that on my own. So yeah, I kind of learned it all on my own. The stocks and like okay.
You know, I think this is really interesting if you want to invest in certain things in life. And if you do, you got to make sure you're smart with your money. You don't want to blow it and throw it all the way over one simple thing. And let's just say if I wanted a PS5, right? And if I spend my hard working money to invest it in one console I truly desire and I truly want. Like if I wanted a PS5, I'm gonna get it. That's how much I'm investing in this console. So I think for her, she's got like 2 houses in California and everything, and she's about to invest in other things. So she had to learn from her father first, and then she had to use her own knowledge into investing a lot of stuff in the future. So not only that she's being smart with her money, but she's also is thinking wisely. Food for thought.
Like stocks and real estate, I hear my dad talking about it, but I never learned. I learned from asking other people and learning it on my own.
Now, on the opposite...
But he influenced me in a good way.
Okay. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, what's been your biggest financial regret? Something you've done with your money that you wish you didn't do?
Really paying all that goddamn rent in Cali, that shit too expensive.
Wait, what?
Now, can money buy happiness?
No,
Why not?
it can't. Your only happiness can come from Jesus. And that's what people get it fucked up. They be thinking like, once they get this, they gonna be happy. Once they do this, they gonna be happy. And then they do that, and they still ain't happy. And then they keep doing it. And I be telling people, I think that's why all these famous people get so fucked up when they move to Hollywood, because it's like, okay, they got everything. They famous now. They got money. They living in L.A. But
I like when she said, money cannot buy you happy. I mean, money cannot buy you happiness. Only person that can help you find happiness is Jesus. Jesus can't make you happy again. You just gotta trust and believe. And what she's saying right now about people being all messed up moving to Hollywood and LA, they're gonna end up being more screwed up as they live in that so-called lifestyle once they get famous and rich. And all they're gonna do is flex, they flex on poor people and make the poor people feel like they're nothing. I mean, some people believe that once you become famous, like you're all that. But in reality, you're not. And another thing I like what she said as well is that if you have money, you're not going to be happy. I like the part where she said that if you have money, you're not going to be happy still. If you have a Bentley or a mansion or a big house, like you're living your life. But at the same time, you're not going to be happy because you've already blessed enough to have what you have. But at the end of the day, sometimes in LA or even Hollywood, you're never going to be happy. You probably wish you want to go back to the person or the things you had before. Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to be happy and then they still ain't happy and then they start doing drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like they so fucked up. They're trying to figure out why they ain't happy. But really, you just got to find God and find Jesus.
Now, have you seen the...
I like what she said that you got to help find God. You got to find Jesus in order to make yourself feel good about yourself and make yourself feel happy again. And it was like she said before, all the money you have, it's going to cause you to become more of a screw-up person because all you're doing is just flexing once again. And this is another thing I have issues with people in Hollywood. You may be famous, but you don't need to make, the poor feel useless. Why not give some of that money to the community or give some of them away to those who are in need? I mean, if you become a famous person, you can't be about yourself all the time. And the thing I learned about life is, even if you do become a famous celebrity, you have nobody to trust but yourself. You cannot trust the industry because you don't know what's going to happen behind closed doors. But once you experience what's going on by yourself, you're going to regret going to Hollywood. Truth.
With your own personal eyes, or is this...
Many times.
Okay.
In many situations. Like, especially being in Hollywood and being in the industry, you see a lot of that.
Now, were there ever times you almost yourself got wrapped up into that scenario, or no?
Well, as far as the drugs, no, because I never, I don't want to do that. Because I done seen that to know, so I know better. But, like, as far as, like, probably, like, in Hollywood, if you in the industry, the devil, they, like, Illuminati, all that shit, they try to get you. Especially when you got a big influence, you around that shit. They try to get anybody, but you just gotta be smart.
And once again, she's, like, explaining to us the dark side of Hollywood and what's going to happen if you go to these parties. The Illuminati, they're known for being screw-ups and such. And I'm going to tell y'all something right now. If you do end up going to Hollywood, be careful of your surroundings and watch your backs. Anybody can lead you into the dark path. Drugs, slings, scissors, sex with multiple women and everything. And you don't know how dark and toxic the industry has become. So thank God she doesn't do drugs and everything, because if she did, I think she's going to have a sad story on her. But apparently she's telling us everything we need to know about Hollywood.
And have discernment and have God's favor over you. Because if you don't got that and you in Cali, you going to get sucked in for sure.
What are some of the ways they do try to get to a person of that magnitude?
Let me tell you. What they do is they invite you to these parties, these house parties, and then they be like, oh, Whoop the Whoop gonna be there, like your favorite rapper, the big ass person, and Whoop the Whoop gonna be there. Oh, before you get in, you gotta give us your phones and all this shit, and then they might do some gay shit, and then like try to like and record it and tell them, oh, if you expose us, we gonna post it everywhere. And I know that
I don't I don't understand why they would get mad if you expose them for the creeps they are. That's their fault that, you told the truth. You're telling us everything we need to know about going to these so-called house parties and everything. If you know the type of lifestyle that they're going into, drugs, the alcohol, they'll find ways to manipulate you like you said before. And I think it's really best for us to trust our own instincts, because if people try to manipulate you and everything and going into these parties, not knowing that the stuff that they do, it's a crime.
word of ear, but I know they do a lot of crazy shit in these house parties. And also, what I was about to say? Oh, okay. Let me tell you an experience I went through personally. So I was with some friends in LA, and it was this big influencer party. Should I say a name? It was Bella Thorne party.
Uh-oh.
So I got invited from some other friends. It was on Halloween. I already don't celebrate Halloween. That's the devil's day. But I happened to be with them and they was going. I was like, fuck it, let's go. So it already was a lot of signs.
One thing you got to give her credit for is the fact that she said she doesn't celebrate Halloween. I don't either. I hate the holiday.
The party said you have to be half naked. I'm like, first of all, I ain't going half naked nowhere. Second of all, it was like a lot of signs that was adding up that night. Like the same night on Hollywood Boulevard, the party was off Hollywood Boulevard, some guy got shot and killed on Hollywood Boulevard, so the whole street was shut down. So that was another sign. So then we get to the party. This is the beginning of all this COVID stuff. So we get up there. They talking about, oh yeah, you can't bring your phone in. I'm like, first of all, who ain't bringing their phone in? I'm bringing my motherfucking phone in. I don't give a fuck who you is. It could have been Kim Kardashian, and I'm bringing my phone. And then you got to sign some papers. What am I signing some shit for to get into a party? Like, what?
That is the weirdest part about going to these parties. You have to sign a... What exactly is she signing for? What exactly are you giving these people things to sign and go into these stupid parties? You can't bring your phones and you gotta sign these stupid papers. Like, are you trying to tell us that something dark is about to happen in the party? In case of an emergency, if something bad does happen to one person, are you trying to tell us that you can't bring your phone in? Because whatever kind of parties that you're throwing, you're not only putting everybody in danger, you're risking their lives to do what? Exactly. That's a red flag for me right there.
Like, I'm from Atlanta. We don't do shit like that. And then this is where it really threw me off. They said they had to prick your blood to get in.
The heck?
I said, oh no, I'm good. Everyone else went. I called my Uber and left.
Good.
Like,
I'm glad that she made the right decision to leave. Get out at all costs. This is like some devil may cry situation. You go into this party, you have to sign whatever, you have to do something with your blood and everything. Like, what is this? If this ain't the devil's work, I don't know what to tell you.
that's the shit where I think they be trying to get you. And like, if it's like you gotta think about it, people move to LA for a dream. They chasing money, fame, clout, whatever. So they gotta think about it. Somebody, like a young girl that's trying to get on, that just moved out there. She gon', oh hell yeah, Bella Thorne, and you don't know who else in there. Like connections. Me, I'm good. Like that shit gonna come naturally. I don't gotta prick my finger, take my blood to get into a party. If it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. I'm not finna do something like that.
That's stupid.
Now, you did, the others did.
And like I said, you know, she's basically telling us do not go to these weird parties because the stuff that they do, have you drawing blood and signing the papers and can't bring your phone in. And the fact that they try to make you go to these parties because of one so-called influencer, like, get out of here with that nonsense. There's a reason why I don't trust people today. Because if they say they're going to some party, cool, great. But me, I'm not going anywhere. Because in a blink of an eye, something bad's going to happen. One person's going to get shot. One person's going to get shot. Another person's going to end up getting stabbed. And still the police come.
Did actually attend that party. Mm-hmm. Did you hear what ended up happening at the party and things of that nature? Or?
No, I didn't even ask them. And I don't judge them. Like, that's them. I can't help what they do. Yeah.
Now, for time reference, it's August 2021 now. Mm-hmm. But continuing on with my financial questions for you, I want to ask you this. Okay, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, Apple Pay, Google Pay, or PayPal?
Apple Pay for sure. I use Apple Pay everywhere. Sometimes I even be leaving my wallet at home and use Apple Pay, but like it's been a few times where I went to go eat at a restaurant and then I was like, yeah, I'll take Apple Pay before I got the food because I forgot my wallet.
What does that have to do with all
this? You may
this?
have answered this next question earlier in our discussion, but I'll still ask anyways because it might be a different answer you have. I don't know. But what's a bill you hate paying?
Rent.
And you said that already.
Yeah.
Now, name something you didn't realize was so expensive until you became an adult.
Rent.
What's a habit that's made you money?
You asked her a stupid question. It's not even getting into the really nitty gritty.
I can't really just the music, YouTube videos, all that.
Now, at this point, how many streams of income do you have?
Let me count them. I'm gonna count the future ones I'm coming out with.
Okay.
Or should I just name them? I got OnlyFans, make a lot of money on that.
Oh,
and
Lord.
I'm about to come out with a skincare line.
Well, trying my best not to say anything about OnlyFans, but oh well. To each his own.
I'm about to come out. I'm about to do a clothing brand collab with Desto. You know who that is? Awful Lot of Cough Syrup.
There you go.
Yeah, that's my homeboy. And then what else? I do Stacks. You don't know what that is. Probably not, right? Yeah, you don't know what that is. And then not PayPal, TikTok. I just found out I had $37,000 sitting in my TikTok account. I didn't even know. Because they pay you off your views. It's like YouTube. I didn't even know. I'm trying to get it out of there, but they talking about you got to go through PayPal. But, PayPal be acting funny with money sometimes, so I don't want to do that. And then
do they really pay you all that for views on TikTok? Since when?
Promos. People pay me for promos. And I got like my own little, I don't really take it as serious as I should, but I got my own little online store. It's called New 2020 Clothing. And then I just got into the acting. So I just got my first movie thing. They said in the acting world, it's very different. But they say you got to start out small. So I got my first acting gig in New Orleans. They're going to fly me out and stuff and pay me $1,000. But you got to start out small in order to get big in the acting world.
Oh, she's telling the truth, though.
Is that a stream of income?
Oh, yeah, I'm music. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
Anything else we're forgetting about, speaking of forgetting?
YouTube. Yeah, that's all I can think of.
I think for me, if I were to become an actor, I gotta start small, like she said, because one, I do not have the acting experience whatsoever. I did like a couple of skits in the past of small little short movies or whatever, but for me, I just don't see myself being that big of a celebrity if I became like a small time actor. Not like a small time actor, but actor who is known for a lot of short movies and such. But I think to me, if I were to make money, YouTube is probably the place to go, because I already made like what, like $200 something in my lifetime, in which I would have loved to, receive in person in mail instead of getting that daggone chat. So, and not only that, but how do you make money on TikTok though? I might have to look that up. Maybe, I'm not sure, but.
No.
Now, out of all these different streams of income, is there a mainstream?
Really, OnlyFans. I'm making a lot of money on there. And no, I don't post naked pictures.
What would people find on your?
At least I can respect the fact that she doesn't go to the extreme to post butt naked pictures on OnlyFans. And like I said before, people who do OnlyFans, they do things differently. They don't post naked. They don't, they do not degrade themselves in order to get attention. They do things differently. For those who want that, go watch Pornhub. Go watch adult sites. You ain't getting none of that in certain OnlyFans creators. Those who want that are simps. Let them have their way. Woah Vicky is just different. So,
OnlyFans.
Feet pictures, videos of me saying, "Hey, what's up, y'all?" and just selfies and like pictures that, yeah, like pictures of my outfits.
Some people do get naked on their OnlyFans.
Yeah,
Why for you, no nudity?
that just ain't me. I don't want to do that.
Have you been asked to do it?
okay, why is this interviewer asking her that she wants to get naked? It's like he wants her to get butt naked. Like, are you simping all of a sudden? Dude, what's wrong with you?
Probably on the OnlyFans messages they have asked me.
But you don't engage in that. Sometimes people ask for special requests in the OnlyFans messages. Do you do that as well or no?
No.
Now, is it important to have multiple streams of income in 2021?
Yes. If you don't have multiple streams of income, what you doing? It's just like it's 2021. It's so many ways you can learn how to make money.
Can multiple streams of income, though, become a distraction to the main stream of income?
It's all about balance, but whatever you make your main income, you definitely take that the most serious.
Exactly.
And does that apply to you? Do you take your OnlyFans the most serious?
And that's what I'm trying to do with YouTube. I love making content. I love making videos, whether it's art, gaming, rants, reactions, mostly. I do take YouTube very seriously because I think I consider that as my, my future full-time job. But to me, I would rather start off small with a 9 to 5 and money over that and make money on YouTube. It's like doubling up, stacks, but I do consider YouTube as taking it seriously because one, I make money on YouTube, when it comes to views and subscribers and everything. Those who enjoy my content, I think that's my number one source.
Not as serious as I should, but I'm building that money to. I'm building up that money because that's the quickest, easiest, fastest, most money, and then I'm gonna invest that into like my skincare and the clothing line, and like eventually I wanna help with the foster kids and new car and get my mom a new car and stuff like that.
That's good.
What's the biggest OnlyFans check you've seen so far?
And for some reason, I think I'm starting to respect Woah Vicky at this point because she's doing stuff, handling her own business, about to give her mother a new car and everything. Like, she's the type of person that you just love talking to because I feel like she's earned my respect because of what she's been through, exposed in the industry and Hollywood and such. And she's very classy. So she's already earned my respect already.
Like $300K.
In 1 month?
Yeah.
No nudity.
No.
That's great.
I don't want these folks trying to rob me. I'm just playing.
Now, let me ask you this. Speaking of that $300K, was that just a one month you seen that? Or did you see that multiple months?
1 month. But it ain't all go to me. I got like a manager and shit for OnlyFans. And that's how he the one be helping me make a lot of money on there.
My question to you is this, though. What do you think drove it to $300K that particular month, but you haven't maybe seen that number since?
Promoting. It's all about promoting and marketing. That's what everything, you know what I'm saying?
It's obvious to me that I've been trying to do the same thing with my YouTube videos and such. I have to download certain YouTube promote videos app that can get me the views that I want. But sometimes YouTube's algorithm is very hard. I remember a time when I made that Mortal Kombat gaming video, not the one I did a few days ago, but the one I did last week about another round hinting at MK12 being the official game in development. I noticed how quickly and weird how it went from 200 views to 187 views. Like, what's the deal? Like, something's not right here with YouTube.
And I think that's what people miss out on, because, like, everybody want to sell something, and everybody want to do that, and y'all can do it. It's very possible, but it's all about, it don't matter if you selling, like the water boys, they selling water, but, you know what I'm saying, it's all about the marketing, the promoting, you know what I'm saying, and in online especially.
Now, I know you don't get nude on your OnlyFans, as you've already explained.
Mm-hmm.
Dog,
If you did,
why is she still asking her about the nudity in OnlyFans? If she's telling you that she doesn't do nude on OnlyFans, she doesn't. It's like you're just asking her to get naked. Why it seems like you're simping for her all of a sudden? I'm not liking this.
how much more money do you think that $300,000 check would have been?
Probably $3 million.
Because it seems like so far all he's doing is asking her about OnlyFans. Like, who cares? Move on to something else already.
But that doesn't move you any further to
No, I ain't doing that.
even get nude. Now, has a stream of income that was not a main stream of income ever end up becoming a mainstream of income?
OnlyFans and YouTube at one point. And yeah.
Now, this online store you mentioned, I forgot how you phrased it, but something like, I don't spend a lot of time on it, or you said something of that nature. Mm-hmm. Why not?
Cause really I'm focused on, I want to redo that, and I'm going to sell like a different product. I'm going to sell like one particular product that's like I'm gonna market it. I got like a plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious there. And I wanted to piggyback because I'm writing notes down as you're discussing things, and I didn't get a chance to ask you before. But when it came to drug use, I know you don't engage in drug use.
Yeah.
But
Here, what is this guy even asking her?
That experimented and tried a drug at least, or you were no drugs from the jump?
Yes, I've definitely tried weed before, but I learned young that shit was not for me. Cause I felt like I was going to hell when I tried it.
Wow.
and I tried it multiple times. Like I tried it once. I'm like, okay, that's when I was 13. And I tried it again and again. And then the third time it happened to me, I'm like, okay, this guy trying to tell me something. So I stopped after that. And then I've definitely tried lean before, and I ain't gonna lie.
I think it goes to show you that if you try to do like drugs and when you're younger, it may be fine for one time, but if you continue on to live that lifestyle, if you continue on to do it, you're going to end up with some serious health issues. You don't want to end up becoming an addict or a junkie or an alcoholic or a wild person, especially if you're that young. If you're like a celebrity or a rapper or a singer, they do a lot of that stuff in the music videos and live shows, but they don't know, you know, the negative outcome of that if they continue on with that. So the fact that she stopped in a second when God was trying to tell us something to leave it alone, which I'm glad that she did. So sometimes in life when your mind is making you do things and when God is telling you something, do it.
That junk tastes so good. Like it's so fire. Like, it tastes better than soda and juice combined. But my mom is an alcoholic, so I don't never wanna get addicted to nothing. It don't matter. But like I only like every time I try to lean, like I would only take like 2 little sips, but that junk will still have me like tired and stuff. So I know if I try any more, it would not be good. And yeah, and really like my boyfriend helped me with that. Like he was like, you don't want to do that. That's not cool. Like and really, cause I seen my brother, not my blood brother, but it's like my brother. Like when I was like 17, he would like drink lean all the time in the studio, and then like I remember one time he was like pulling up while he was standing up, pulling up and falling asleep like that. And then he used to drive home like that. And
Oh
he
no.
told me like one time he could have killed himself, and then he stopped and he started working on stuff. He just told me like that wasn't good, like good experience. And I heard lean is like heroin in a cup. So once I heard that, I'm like, hell no.
Nah.
Liquid heroin.
Yeah.
Liquid heroin. Liquid heroin. Look, this is another interesting part right that I like the most. When her boyfriend stopped her for try to explain to her, look, if you drink lean and stuff, it's gonna lead you to do some crazy stuff. And even when her brother, was standing, sleeping, pouring lean in a cup, looking all disgusting and sick while doing that, driving like that at the same time, threatening to kill himself. You see what happens when you do drugs and when drugs can make you do. This is why you gotta stop and think before you do anything. And I'm kind of glad that he finally realized that drugs is not good. It's not worth losing your life over it. So.
Now, when it came to you not using it anymore, was it just the flip of a light switch? Cold turkey, as they say?
Well, I never really just like drunk lean every day. It's just like if somebody I know had it, I'd be like, ooh, let me get some. But see, now I cut that out. Like, I ain't even gonna do that no more.
Care to share the name of the boyfriend?
Clang.
Okay. And how'd you two meet?
Through friends.
As long as they didn't meet on social media, I'm fine with that. Because where I come from, if I meet, if I meet a girl that I like, it would be in person the old fashioned way. because sometimes I don't trust social media because you don't know what that person's going to end up looking like, if you meet them in person. Because the last thing you want to do is be catfish. So, old-fashioned way, meet them in person. Don't try social media. Not worth it.
And your mother, when it comes to alcoholism, is that something she's overcome yet?
Yeah, she just recently overcome it. She's been sober for like 2 months now.
That's good.
And do you know how she was able to beat that addiction there?
Yeah, they have this thing called, it's like a shot you could take, and you take it and it lasts for a month. It's $2,000, and every time you drink, it tastes like metal in your mouth, so you can't drink.
Yeah.
But she had to obviously go through a lot, like mentally and stuff, to say, okay, I really want to stop.
How's your relationship been with her since she stopped?
Well, I'm grown now, and she grown too, but, I love her. She my mom, and we try to talk and hang out as much as we can. But, yes, it's good. It's real good.
It really goes to show you that it's never too late to stop and start over. And it's hard to people to quit doing the things that they used to do when it comes to drugs. It's going to, it's like once you try to quit, it even gets like a certain situation, the drugs and the alcohol will continue to call you back. And it's hard for them to, stay on the right path, and knowing that it's going to continue to get hard and worse from there. So the best thing for you to do is just pray for them. You can't do anything for them. So the fact that her mom actually decided to just stop her on her own, it's a huge accomplishment. It's never too late to start over, to turn your life around.
I didn't know if, since she's quit, things have gotten better with you two, or...
Yeah, they gotten better. But it's all, like, yeah, it's gotten better.
And you think her quitting has something to do with that?
For sure.
Now, let's say somebody's watching this, and they have a parent that's dealing with alcoholism, right? Maybe they're addicted to it currently and going through it. Now, I know circumstances could be different for everybody, but is there something you would say to somebody that is dealing with a parent that is going through that?
Yeah, you just gotta pray for them.
Exactly.
And love them from a distance, and try to...
Wasn't I just saying that before? Only thing you can do is pray for them. Can't help them physically and mentally. Just love them from a distance and pray for them. Pray that they get out of the situation. It might not be on our time, but it's on God's time. Ever heard of that phrase? Keep saying it until it comes true.
Talk to them only when they're sober, because when they be off that stuff, because it could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be anything, they tend to turn to a whole different person. So, yeah, you just gotta let them from a distance and try to only talk to them when they're sober, or go see them when they're sober.
When it came to, this is my final question about your mother. When it came to her actually becoming sober, did you have something to do with that at all? Did you play a part in that?
Yeah, I helped her financially for to get the shot and stuff like that. And one night she called me, she was drunk. And she was like, I want to stop drinking. How can I do it? What's your advice? And I just told her well, first of all, you're drunk right now. But I was just like, just pray and ask God to help you. And I'm gonna pray for you too. And she was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it for you. That's what she said.
This video is really interesting on so many levels because it really helped me learn a lot from Woah Vicky's world and her experience in LA and these parties, and especially the industry. Of how she's financially great. OnlyFans, YouTube, TikTok, and she's making so much money on social media platforms. She has her own clothing line. That's kind of makes me feel like that I want to do something like that in the future. When I have my own merchandise. And it's gonna come naturally, but it's not gonna come overnight. You know, it takes time. It takes years to build that success up. You know, and the fact that her mother had to ask her own daughter for her advice of how to stop drinking, and while she's drunk, like, that's even worse. So the fact that she took it upon herself to actually quit drinking while ahead, it shows me that she's not only grown as a person, but as a mom, you gotta do better by your daughter. So that way your daughter went and I'm doing the same thing that you did. And at one point, Vicky almost did what her mother did, became an alcoholic and drugs and everything, but she had a good sense of mind to not do those things what these other people are doing in the world. So she's like the smartest person that I've seen on YouTube. And yeah, she'll do like, you know, pranks and skits and everything, but I think Woah Vicky is like the realest person I've seen, because she's exposed the industry in Hollywood and how she's expressed what she's been through in her lifetime. And the biggest negatives I have for this video is that daggone interviewer. 50% of the video of him was asking about her OnlyFans, about why she doesn't get naked or everything. Well, she literally just explained to you she doesn't do those type of things. It's like the guy wants her to get naked on OnlyFans. Like, if that's not the simplest way to do that, I don't know what to tell you. But that interview threw me off big time. But he was asking her some good questions, and she was able to provide him with some information about the industry, you know, the industry, the lavish lifestyles in general. But besides that, that interview sucked. So shout outs to Woah Vicky for, you know, giving us information about life in general, because I feel like I've learned a lot from her. So y'all enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in my next content.